In 1944, Vice President Henry A. Wallace went on a nearly 2-month, 27,000-mile trip to China and the Soviet Union. Coming at a critical time in World War II, with Wallace facing political headwinds at home, it was an audacious journey by any measure. A largely overlooked footnote is that Wallace took seeds with him, including one for a sweet white honeydew that took root on farms around Lanzhou in the Chinese province of Gansu. Wallace's great-nephew, Robert Fleming, says the seed exchange was totally in keeping with Wallace's beliefs about the power of agriculture.
His first love, really, was spreading the word about interesting plants and about how to grow them. And even in the darkest days of World War II, when he took this trip to China, he was, wherever he went, he was fascinated by what was growing, what was happening.
In his 1946 account of the trip, Wallace said that the exchange of seeds is not a trivial matter. Wallace spent the bulk of his time traveling in Siberia. The Chinese leg of the trip lasted 16 days, only 4 of which he spent in Chongqing, the seat of the nationalist Chinese government. President Franklin D. Roosevelt had asked Wallace to convey that the government led by Chiang Kai-shek was critical to American interests dealing effectively with Japan in World War II. Wallace made 3 other stops in China, the last of which was Lanzhou, before flying home. According to some reports, Dr. Zhang Xinyi, the director of the construction department of Gansu province and a 1925 graduate of Iowa State College, now Iowa State University, had reached out to an American ecologist the previous year, asking for help researching and solving the region's drought problem, which had led to repeated crop failures. The ecologist told Zhang that he thought melons would grow well there. Wallace is said to have delivered the honeydew melon seeds directly to Zhang on his stop in Lanzhou. While the exact provenance of the melon variety isn't recorded, it's likely that Wallace got the seeds from the U.S. Department of Agriculture, which he oversaw as U.S. Secretary of Agriculture from 1933 to 1940 before President Roosevelt tapped him as his running mate. Wallace's grandson, David Wallace Douglas, said his grandfather would naturally have reached out to the USDA and asked what varieties would grow best in the climates he was visiting. Wallace's vice presidential correspondence is peppered with frequent exchanges about seeds with E.C. Ogder, research administrator at the USDA. The melon, often called bailan or Wallace, an adaptation of the word Wallace, became popular in China, but the story was lost in the U.S. until 1980. When Xu Feiqing, then Gansu's deputy governor, visited Iowa. According to a story in the Des Moines Register, Xu made the connection between Wallace, an Iowa native, and the melon so beloved in Gansu. After the Chinese Communist Party took control in 1949, Xu said, the melon's name was changed to White Lanzhou due to political tensions between China and the U.S. Sometime in the mid-1980s, Wallace's daughter, Jean Douglas, who, like her father, was an avid gardener, got some white Lanzhou seeds and began growing them at Farview Farm, the family farm near South Salem, New York. But without the efforts of the late William Murray, a professor emeritus of agricultural economics at Iowa State University and the founder of Iowa's Living History Farms, this sweet melon might never have been preserved in the U.S. Murray acquired some seeds from Jean Douglas in 1990 and submitted them to the USDA National Plant Germplasm System, which plays a critical role in protecting plant diversity and making seed stock available for research. Horticulturalists at the USDA station in Ames, Iowa, grew the seeds using controlled pollination techniques so as to conserve the original genetics of the variety as much as possible. Baker Creek founder Jer Gettle found the seeds of this Chinese melon in the USDA database a few years ago. And after extensive trial growing, we are so happy to make it available beyond the melon fields of China.